Episode 3 Shantanu. A very warm welcome to all the listeners. This is your host Madhulika Chauhan, and you are listening to the episodic version of Mahabharat. In today's episode, we will talk about the story of Shantanu, the Bharata king, better known as the father of Bhishma. In the epic of Mahabharat, Shantanu was a Kuru king of Hastinapur. He was a descendant of the Bharata race of the lunar dynasty and great-grandfather of Pandavas and Kauravas. He was the youngest son of King Pratipa of Hastinapur and had been born in the latter's old age. The eldest son, Devapi of King Pratipa, had leprosy and gave up his inheritance to become a hermit. The middle son, Madhulika, abandoned his parental kingdom and started living with his maternal uncle in bulk and inherited his kingdom. Shantanu thus, despite being the youngest, became the king of Hastinapur. There is an interesting story about how Ganga and Shantanu got cursed to be born as mortals. The story goes that in his previous birth, there was a powerful king of the Ishwaku dynasty named Mahabharat. He possessed many virtuous qualities, and after performing 1,000 Ashwamedh Yagyas and 100 Ryajasura Yagyas to qualify as emperor, he had attained heaven after his death. He once got an opportunity to visit the court of Brahma, where all the Devas and Ganga were also present. While the celestials were worshipping Brahma, a wind blew and displaced Ganga's clothes, revealing her body. Everyone present there bashfully bent their heads, except Mahabharat, who kept gazing at her. Upon seeing this act, Brahma lost his temper and cursed him to be born as mortal. Ganga, who also enjoyed the attention she got from Mahabharat, got cursed to be born as a human and come back only after breaking Mahabharat's heart. Mahabharat then returned to Brahma, then requested Brahma that he be born as the son of Kuru king Pratipa, and his wish was granted by Brahma. Shantanu, being born thus as a mortal, got allured when he saw a beautiful woman on the banks of the river, Ganga. That was Ganga herself, and asked her to marry him. She agreed to marry him but laid down one condition for their union, that Shantanu would not ask any questions about her actions, else she would leave. They got married and she later gave birth to a son, but she drowned the child. Shantanu could not ask her the reason because of his promise, lest she should leave him. One by one, 7 sons were born to them and were drowned by Ganga. When Ganga was about to drown the 8th son, Shantanu, devastated on losing 7 sons thus, could not restrain himself and confronted her. Finally, Ganga explained to King Shantanu about Brahma's curse given to Mahabharat and her. She told him that the 8 children were the 8 Vasus who were cursed by Vasishtha to be born on earth as mortal humans. However, when they pacified him, he limited his curse and told them that they would be freed from this curse within a year of their birth as humans. So she released the 7 of them from their life by drowning them all. However, the Vasudayus was cursed to live a long life and to never have a wife or have children. This Vasu came to be known as Bhishma. After being reunited with his son Bhishma, Shantanu lived happily for a while. However, a few years later, while travelling near the banks of Yamuna, he got allured by a sweet scent coming from an unknown direction. While searching for the cause of the scent, he came across Satyavati, who was the source of the smell. Upon seeing her, Shantanu fell in love with her and desired to marry her. Upon asking for her father's consent, the fisherman's chief, he agreed to the marriage on condition that Satyavati's son would inherit the throne of Hastinapur. King Shantanu was unable to give his word on accession as his eldest son Devrat was the rightful heir to the throne and was thus forlorn. Devrat A dutiful son, upon knowing the cause of his father's morosity and for the sake of his father, gave his word to the chief that he would renounce all his claims to the throne in favor of Satyavati's children. To assure the skeptical chief further, he also vowed lifelong celibacy to ensure that future generations born to Satyavati would also not be challenged by his offsprings. Upon hearing this vow, he immediately agreed to the marriage of Satyavati and Shantanu. With this, we come to an end to today's episode on the great epic of Mahabharat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy and stay healthy always. Narayan Narayan.